Hi friends, it's story time. Hi friends, it's story time. Today we are going to read a book that we have already read 2 times. Does anyone remember what this book is called? What is the title of this book? Think about it. Henny Penny, good. And what happens to Henny Penny in the book? Do you remember what happens to her? And what is she trying to do in the story? Do you remember what she's trying to do? And do you remember what happens to her and her friends at the end of the story? Do you remember what happens? Okay, well, we're gonna find out the answer to all of these questions as we read this book again. And the author is Bonnie Dopkin, and it's illustrated by Sean Atkin. He draws the pictures. Okay, here we go. Henny Penny lived with her friends in a wonderful kingdom of forests, meadows, and ponds. It was a perfect place as you can imagine, unless you were Henny Penny. Look at her face. She looks like she's worried about something. One morning, Henny Penny was talking with her friend. Do you remember what her friend's name was? Ducky. Lucky, good. That rhymes. The sun was shining and the sky was blue. Breezes played with the leaves of the trees. What a perfect day, said Ducky Lucky. Yes, said Henny Penny. I just hope it doesn't get too hot or too windy. Or my goodness, what if it rains? Ducky Lucky shook his head. You worry too much. Why don't you go look for something to eat? All right, sighed Henny Penny. I suppose I could hunt for some nice, crunchy bugs. So Henny Penny wandered down the road, picking and flicking and pecking and checking. Finally, she stopped under an old oak tree. Bugs and grubs were everywhere. Well, these look tasty, said Henny Penny. I only hope I don't get sick from eating too much. Just then, the wind puffed through the branches of the oak tree. It loosened and... what did it loosen? Good, an acorn. The acorn fell straight down and clunk! It hit Henny Penny on the head. Ouch! Cried Henny Penny. What was that? She looked around but didn't see anything. My goodness! The sky must be falling. I must go and tell the king. Henny Penny fluttered back down the road. Soon she passed the pond where her friend Ducky Lucky was still swimming. What's wrong? Asked Ducky Lucky. Henny Penny didn't even stop. The sky is falling! The sky is falling! I must go and tell the... Who is she going to tell? Do you remember? Good, the king. Are you sure? Asked Ducky Lucky. I remember when you lost a feather and thought your wing was coming off. Look at this bump on my head, said Henny Penny. Look at the bump. I tell you, the sky is falling. Then I'll come with you, said Ducky Lucky, and he jumped out of the pond. Who do they come to next? Do you remember who they come to next? Let's see. Soon they came upon Turkey Lurkey, another name that rhymes, who was gobbling berries from a bush. What's the matter? He asked. Why are you running? The sky is falling, cried Henny Penny and Ducky Lucky. We must go and tell the... Who are they telling? The king. Good. Are you sure? Asked Turkey Lurkey. I remember when you... Ducky Lucky believes me, said Henny Penny. Besides, look at this bump on my head. Well, said Turkey Lurkey, if you have a bump and Ducky Lucky believes you, then it must be true. He spit out the berries and joined them. So now Turkey Lurkey believes Henny Penny too. So he's going with them to tell the king. Next they came to, do you remember what her name was? Goosey Lucy, another rhyming name. Arranging some twigs in her nest. See her nest? "What's the matter?" she said. "Why are you running?" "The sky is falling," cried Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, and Turkey Lurkey. "We must go and tell the," help me out friends, "the king." Good. "Are you sure?" asked Goosey Lucy. "I remember when." "Look at this bump on my head," said Henny Penny. "I tell you the sky is really falling." "Well," said Goosey Lucy, "if you have a bump and Ducky Lucky believes you and Turkey Lurkey has joined you, then it must be true." And she began waddling beside them as fast as she could. Do you remember who they come to next? Let's see. The four friends were nearing the forest when Cocky Locky was roosting on a tree branch, practicing his crow. "What's the matter?" he asked. "Why are you running?" "The sky is falling," cried Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, and Goosey Lucy. "We must go and tell the," do you remember? "King." "Are you sure?" asked Cocky Locky. "Look at this bump on my head," said Henny Penny. "The sky is definitely falling." "Well," said Cocky Locky, "if you have a bump and Ducky Lucky believes you and Turkey Lurkey has joined you and Goosey Lucy says it's so, then it must be true." And he fluttered down from the branch. Let's see what they come to next. Now the five friends hurried into the forest. They had gone only a little way when, who'd they come to? Foxy Loxy stepped out from a cluster of trees. "Oh my," he said, "you all look so distressed." Means they look worried and frantic and like they're in a hurry to go somewhere. "Whatever is the matter?" he asked. What was the matter? "The sky is falling," cried Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky. "We must go and tell the king." "Why, of course you must," said Foxy Loxy. "Listen, my friends, I know the king very well, and I also know a shortcut to the palace. So follow me. There isn't a moment to lose." So what do you think is going to what do you think is going to happen? Are they going to follow the fox? Do you remember? And does the fox really know a shortcut? Let's find out. The fox led them further into the woods down a twisting and turning trail. "Are we almost there?" asked Henny Penny. "Almost," said Foxy Loxy. "But oh dear, you all look so tired. Should we stop at my den for a moment? You can meet my family and rest for a while." Are they going to stop at his den? Do you remember? "Yes, please," said Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky. So they were tired. So they said, "Sure, we'll stop at your den." A den is where the fox lives with his family. "Right this way," said Foxy Loxy. As they walked, he told them about his lovely wife, Roxy Loxy. And he told them about the four little Loxies, Moxie, Soxy, Poxy, and Doxy. They all rhyme. Wow. What he didn't tell them was that all five were sitting around the dining table waiting for Foxy Loxy to bring home dinner. See them all sitting around the table? "Well, here we are," said Foxy Loxy, stopping in front of a low rock ledge. He bowed and waved his arm toward the dark opening underneath. And Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Lucy, and Cocky Locky all marched down into the fox's den. What do you think happens next, friends? Now, two things didn't happen after that. The sky didn't fall, and no one met with the king. But Foxy Loxy's family still talk about the wonderful feast they had that day. Oh my goodness. So they never did get to meet with the king. What do you think the king would have thought and done if Henny Penny had told him the sky was falling? Do you think the king would have believed them? Was the sky falling, friends? And how would you change the ending of this story to make it have a happier ending for Henny Penny and her friends? How would you change the ending? Would you still have them follow the fox into his den? You can think about how you would change the ending to make it happier so that they weren't the foxes in his family's dinner. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed the story. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.